There. Stop that share. Give me a second. Go here. Hopefully that fixed it. Yes, it looks like it did. Okay, cool. Hello, hello. I am live, I believe. So change of plans a little bit today. I'm coming on live, but I'm probably not going to do any live healings today. So it's up to you if you want to hang out. I do have some really cool information to give, though. That's why I'm coming on. And that's what I'm going to talk about. And I'll tell you why I'm a little bit run down and tired today. So I don't know how useful I would be. So that's what's going on there. Give me a second. There, fixed. Okay. Hi. Hi, Amy H. Hi, Amy D. Hi, Roger. Aw, you're making me blush, Roger. I am good. How is everybody else? Volume is good. Also, that's good. So yeah, the workshop wore me out. I'm not gonna lie. Yesterday afterwards, I passed out right afterwards, and I got nothing done. And I've been super tired today and a little bit behind. So that's why I'm gonna do a quick live today, just to talk a little bit about what's going on. I know for those of you that did the live are aware of some of this, or did my workshop, I should say, excuse me. But I will also pull a card message for the collective, and maybe a couple for you all, if that is okay today. Yes, Amy H says she's still feeling the workshop, also tired. Yep, it was a bit crazy. Gigi says me too. Yeah. So this is kind of cool. So I'm reading the comments from my phone. It's much more easier. And I can see you guys now. I don't have to switch the screen over. So that's cool also. So yeah, and I'm like, well, I can't cancel. I don't want to cancel. I'm tired of canceling. So I'm not going to cancel. I'll just change it a little bit. But I'll do another live again in a couple days, probably after work. And then I've also been getting super creative. Look at these. This is so cute. I love my new wands. Still making some pretty wands. I like this one. This one's like inspirational, manifesting. And again, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna sell this one. I don't like doing that to myself. I've got more I've got to make, so I've got to let it go. But I've got to put these up on the website. And so just trying to catch up with everything. I like these ones though. They're smaller in stature. And then this one, I'm doing some more chakra ones. So I had a sacral and then a root chakra done, and then the root chakra changed on me in the end. So that one's in sitting on the pan, and I'm thinking about that one. But that's what I've been doing. So I'm just trying to fill my cup a little bit. Like I said, I passed out yesterday so hard after my workshop. It was crazy. And I was like, I could reschedule. And something's like, nope, I got to deliver a message. So that's what I'm going to do. We will deliver a message. So I'll pull a couple cards for the collective, talk a little bit about what's going through. And then if a couple people want a message, let me know. And that'll probably be it for today. There's an interesting video that came through about the ascension, going from 3D to 5D and what that means for your body. And it was very, very, very interesting. So being that came through, I thought I would share that as well. So yeah, that's what's up here. Also a lot of pressure. I don't know if you guys are feeling that too. There's been a lot of pressure in my head, and I know I'm not sick. I'm just, it's like, oh, I can feel so many things going on. And then that workshop was nuts. It was 3 days, and I'm so glad I had a day in between on the last day. So I did the last day yesterday. Oh, Gigi said they should have given us a warning that hands and legs weren't going to work right. Drop stuff. Yeah, sunshine. You know, sometimes I've got like major cat-like reflexes, and other times I drop stuff. You know, I can be 1 minute really nerdy and goofy, and then the next minute like super smooth and badass. It all just depends, you know. You just learn to roll with the flow on that one. I think we all have days like that, and then as we get older too, yeah, forget it. So he's super good. You wait till you hear this video though, Gigi. Just wait. I was like, what? Is that real? Like, what? Like, can you imagine a time where we don't have to go to the bathroom? That's what they're saying is coming. Pressure in nose, temples, and cheeks. Yep, exactly. I've got pressure in my head, my nose, my temples, my neck is just no good right now, which is causing me to have headaches, and it's just no good. It's weird. It's funky monkey. So that's definitely what's going on right now. And so that's what this one video that was showing about is like physical symptoms, what we are supposedly going into as we ascend into fifth dimension. That's what everybody's been talking about for a year. So it's been happening. Then the other part of this that I'm going to talk about, and they want me to share with the collective, was a piece of the workshop, what we went over and what happened with the sun. It's all about the sun, right? And again, the snake and the Egyptian meaning of the snake is the gods. And you guys, during the workshop yesterday, they put a snake on my head. And, you know, there's just a lot going on. Okay, so part of the message is look to the sky, be well aware of your surroundings. There's a lot happening. Do not be afraid. Fear is no good. Somebody did ask me if I had anything on fear. I do have a meditation on my channel from about a year ago to help get rid of the fear body, stagnant energy. And so I can put a link to that one under this video for you in the meantime. But I will, and I'm still thinking about doing a video on releasing fear. And so maybe when I do my sacral chakra clearing, I can add fear. I don't know. I'll think about that one. So much going on, trying to be in so many places all at once. But I love it. Apparently that's where I do my best, juggling multiple things, because it just feels right. So pay attention to your body, take care of your body. I'm sorry, I'm shuffling this deck. I'm waiting and waiting for it to speak to me with a card, and it's just going and going. So right now, you're definitely going to be feeling some things physically. Whether you're aware of what's causing it or not, everybody's going to be feeling something. Okay, so be mindful of that. 2 Lemuria cards coming up, and the reason I'm pulling Lemuria cards is because it's very much so relevant in the energetic field, and I will explain why more as I go through this life. The first card is the sound of the universe. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then we have harmonic flight. Okay, so the sound of the universe. I wish you guys could see me bigger. I don't know why you can't. It's like, oh, see what happens when I do this. Nothing. So frustrating. Okay, well, it's the sound of the universe. It's all about universal download. So that's part of what I was going to talk about, you guys, is when I did my workshop yesterday, I actually activated a few people across the globe. Okay, so this was universal. This wasn't just for the people that attended. And that happens a lot with me. But it's all about new energies coming through, new fluctuations, a rise in vibration. Okay, so pay attention to the multi-dimensional avenues of incoming communications, what they're saying with this one, okay? Pay attention to the multi-dimensional avenues of incoming communication. What that basically means is, how do we receive information? Well, they talk about your senses. Okay, well, what happens if I don't see anything? That's okay. Sometimes we feel things. Sometimes I have every ability, you guys. That's what I am. It's what I do. It's uncanny. I can't stop it. Sometimes it's overwhelming. But I do. But that does not mean that every time I receive in the same way. Okay. there are different ways. Sometimes we smell, sometimes we feel tingles, sometimes we hear things, sometimes we just have all of a sudden visions pop in our head. Like crazy, crazy ones too, mind you. Like when I first woke up, no kidding, all of a sudden I saw Athena. It was crazy. And so just be mindful of the multi-dimensional ways that and avenues that we will be receiving information as we go through. Be open to different, okay? Because what they're also saying here is, I remember one time me telling everybody is that things are going to be different. It's not going to be the same way we once did things, okay? I don't know what's going on. I feel rain in my head right now. Like I feel thunder, I feel rain, I feel a storm brewing. And I don't know if there is one brewing outside here, but for whatever reason that's coming through now. So I'm mentioning it. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones, you guys. Like it's intense. So I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I will mention it. Okay. The next card was harmonic flight. Okay, and so for what I'm hearing here is we are all multi-dimensional beings from different aspects of different realms, of different energies, of different vibrations, blah, blah, blah. We know this, right? And we all need to ascend together. It's not about me over you or you over me. It's about all for one and one for all. As above, so below. 9 and 2 is 11. There's also ascension here, right? Ascension, unity, unity, doing it all together, being all together. Okay, do we understand? There should be no grudges. There should be, it should all be about harmonic flight. Let's get us all there, right? Like the army would say, is it the army? I don't know, excuse me if I'm wrong, but no man left behind. Like whose is that one, right? Leave no man behind. Okay, and then I'm also drawn to the sun, so there's no coincidence there either. So that's bringing me into a little bit of what we did yesterday, you guys. Let me check my. Oh, Roger, it's so funny you say that. Stop sharing my screen for a minute. Wait, am I sharing my screen? What do you mean? What did I do? Are you seeing everything okay, Amy? She says stop sharing my screen. Is it being weird? As far as I'm doing, I'm not doing anything but talking about my cards. I fixed it a bit ago. Are we good now? Um, oh, it will make me bigger. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're meaning, to stop sharing completely while I'm doing the messages. Gosh, like how genius that is, right? Like I could so do that. And I probably should. So that would be like, what, like this? There. It's all blurry. Fix camera, fix. All right, genius. Thanks, Amy, for being my brains today. See why I said? But Roger says, remember everyone, part of this journey and this healing is to disentangle us from our bodies, emotions, and thoughts as we remember who we are and remember who you are, okay? It's funny you say that. It's like I've had this flood, and part of the workshop that I just did was about accepting new light codes of love, okay? So new light, right? Just like what this card is saying, right? And that card, it's all about new light, harmonic flight, unity, love, coming together, being in peace. It's like, I just want to love everybody all of a sudden. And I'm like, wait, is everybody else there? Calm yourself. like what is going on? That it was really overwhelming. And our homework was to expand our heart space for the next 3 days. Are you guys doing that? Not gonna lie, I haven't really done that today, but I don't have, like, I can feel it happening. No joke, I can feel it happening. I'm all emotional. I just want to love you. Yeah, I know, Amy. I know, I did say that. Thank you for solving that for me. I don't know why, and I thought about that when I'm not on live, and then it's like when I get on live, I still get nervous too, and my brain just goes really quick. I can't help that. It's part of my brain structure. I just always know the answer. Sometimes I don't always like the middle stuff, and so I'm like boom, boom, boom. But it's not always a good thing. So it's nice when I have help. I think that all the time. Sometimes I'm like, damn, I wish I just had somebody there with me to go like, nope, you forgot this. Oh, do this. Oh, I got this. Social media stuff, I got that. Right? Go to work, I got the house. Gigi says she's been doing the heart breathing. Good, because we're supposed to keep expanding that. So it is true. We do have new levels of light and energy and love coming in. This one was nuts, you guys. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Like it was super, super nuts. So I'm going to pull a couple more cards and then I'll show you exactly kind of what came through. I don't know if I'm hearing thunder outside. That's pretty cool if it is. I will show you exactly what came through for the workshop that I did that everybody needs to know as a collective. All right, this is so cool. All right, so the next two cards that were coming through and the final cards for the collective energy right now, going along with the Lumeria energy, which is very much so relevant, the new universal light, downloads of who we are, incoming info, staying in harmonic flight, allowing for love and unity on every level. Let go of grudges, let go of past stuff. And then we have empowerment, okay? What's up with you, camera? You're like this super powerful camera, and now you're going to be all, okay. Stay in empowerment. Stay in empowerment. You know, it's always really, sorry, it's all blurry, important to do things when you feel empowered in doing them, right? Like, is it healthy to do things if you feel unsure about them? Or do you do things better when you feel empowered? It's like passion, same thing, right? Do things out of empowerment, but get ready for deeper levels of power, right? It's coming into further levels of light, coming into your power, and do things from empowerment, not from insecurity, okay? Do things from empowerment. Am I coming from empowerment? Is this about empowerment? Is this about bringing power to the situation in a good way? Power is not dark. That's not power. That's more like manipulation. Then we have talent. Talent. Everybody has their own form of talent, I'm hearing here. So look for yours. Don't look for your talent through others. Look for your talent through what makes your soul tickle, right? What tickles your fancy? What makes you laugh? What makes you feel good? And that's where you come from. 111 when I said that. What is your talent? And it doesn't matter how unique that is, right? Like here's an example. Like sometimes 111 again, I get, it's just everywhere I look, I'm seeing that. So forgive me. I get frustrated sometimes because, you know, it's like a new thing where gender equality, which is all fine. I'm not against anybody at all. The thing that bothers me is I'm a female, right? And I used to be so pretty. And as I've gotten older, it's like, oh man, I better do something about this, right? Like I'm not that pretty anymore, where I can just do nothing and it's super glamorous. So, you know, I constantly think about new ways. What can I do to feel better about that, right? Like, how can I make myself feel prettier? It's not always about makeup. It's what about comes before that. But then you see these boys now, right? Like boys, I call them boys because I'm getting old and they're much younger. And man, they can do makeup better than I can. They're like these, you know, they're on magazines and doing makeup. And I'm like, how is it that these boys have more talent in makeup than I do? But I'm like, that's not my talent. That is not my talent. Okay. And so that we can constantly be at war of others' talents, or we can just totally flourish in our own talent, right? And that's what that means. Dive in and flourish in your own talent. Stand in your own power. That's empowerment. Come from that place of power, not that place of I don't know. Look at it this way. If you don't know how to do something, find a way. You know, like I've never had to lie to get a job. No, I don't know, but I'll guarantee you I will find out in a day. Guarantee you I'm a sponge and I will know very easily, very quickly, and work super hard, right? Like, which way are you looking at it? All right, so now I'm gonna go back to share because I'm gonna explain to you guys a little bit about what happened in the workshop and why I still came on to do my live. It's raining, you guys. Told you I felt a storm. Ah, and then it came. Super sweet. I love the rain. Okay. Oh, I love it. As long as it stops, right? We don't like floods. Okay. So yesterday was the final day of my workshop. It was supposed to be the day before. But you know, it all of a sudden hit me and I was feeling off from the day 2, so I took a day in between. So it was a 3-day workshop. And I'm not gonna lie, it was crazy. It was super crazy, and I'm still processing it to this moment. Because there was a lot that happened over the 3 days. Okay. A lot. Oh, that's not good. Don't put that there. A lot happened over the 3 days. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm still processing it. But what did come up, and one main place that we went to was Lake Titicaca, Fiji again, Machu Picchu, Peru. These were all pyramids, and then Lake Titicaca, Brazil, Indonesia, Myanmar, Thailand, Budapest. Essentially, what we did was day 1, we went to Machu Picchu, Peru, Brazil, and Indonesia. We activated those pyramids. We created a triangle of energy portal, and we did other things. Okay, that was the gist of it. Had channeled messages, opened all kinds of energy. It was insane. Day 1 was already very much so insane. Day 2, and from day 1, we were getting keys from Lakshmi, so many DNA activations throughout our whole entire body, cellular level, chakra systems, all the way down to, let me explain to what happened at Lake Titicaca, which is what is going to affect the world, I do believe, and why I'm bringing this up. Day 2 was Myanmar, Thailand, and Budapest. Okay. Now, after that, when we did all 6 of those pyramids, it created a Merkaba energy portal. Then the earth separated from itself, started spinning and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Okay, like no joke. We were literally in an ascension portal shaped like a Merkaba, made out of all pyramids. Okay, that's just, it's nuts when you think about it. Day 3 was Fiji and Lake Titicaca. Now, first I was like, Mount Titicaca. It's kind of both, right? When I looked it up, because nothing was quite making sense. Another reason why I think I had a day in between. Because something wasn't right to me. I'm like, why are we going to Titicaca? And I'm like, I heard that's a chakra. So I looked it up and it was like sacral chakra. I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't make sense. Like, why do we need a sacral chakra to up level psychically, to shift timelines? That was another thing, is we were constantly shifting timelines in that as well. Hi, Donita. Hello. So yeah, that's going on there. That was what was happening on day 3, which happened to be just yesterday. Okay, and it was all Fiji involved. At one point, you guys, during this thing, the earth stopped completely in rotation. It completely stopped in rotation, and they showed me the ascension portal closed. It completely closed, just completely closed. Okay, so for whatever that's worth, I'm being nudged to bring that forth. Okay, so this ascension Merkaba pyramid portal, it was super powerful. When we went to Titicaca, like I said, something wasn't making sense to me, so I did some research. Okay, and I'm like, why a sacral chakra? Well, I looked it up. Okay, there is legends of Titicaca. All right, and it makes sense for everything else I've been doing. So I thought it was the Mayan energy, it was the Inca energy that was also very much so present. Let me read this to you. Okay, so I know some of you that went to my workshop have already heard a little bit of this, so never that mind. It's for everybody as well. The Apus, or gods of the mountains, had put people in a fertile valley, okay, where they prospered under their protection, right? Like the Valley of the Gods. Life was good and people were happy. Things would stay that way forever as long as they obeyed the Apo, so the gods. Only request was that they never went up the mountain where they had fire. Okay, so I'm shortening this a little bit. People obeyed that. But of course, the devil, and happy seeing them do so, persuaded them to go get the fire against the god's wishes. Okay. Unfortunately, the gods caught them midway, exterminated them, and sent pumas to eat those staying in the valley. Okay, so maybe that's the real story of Adam and Eve. Who knows? Maybe it was fire, not an apple. I don't know. Who knows? At the sight of the destruction of his creatures, the sun god cried and cried for so long, he inundated the valley. Only a couple survived this flood. Okay, so again, another flood. Like I've said before in some of my videos, what they've shown me, what the gods kind of do to cleanse the nation, cleanse the areas, big floods. Okay. No coincidences. They're also showing me the change in tides coming in San Francisco and a big flood. And I'm going to tell you, I got that visual last night again, was a big wave of water. And sometimes I'm always like, well, what does that mean? I don't know. A couple survived the flood. Once the flood passed over, they found themselves in the midst of a great lake, which had drowned the pumas sent by the gods, right, or apus, turning them into stone statues. The couple then decided to call the lake Titicaca. Okay, so supposedly that's where Titicaca came from, which also, ooh, some major lightning, which means Lake of the Stony Pumas, by the way. Titicaca means Lake of the Stony Pumas, has nothing to do with titties, right? Or caca. Sorry, it's so mature, but every time you hear that, it does make you laugh. I don't care how old you are. All right, so there's more to it. Okay, but then we'll get into the connection with the sun and Lemuria and what happened really quick with the workshop, because they do want me to put this on video for everybody to see. While speaking of the ancient lore surrounding Lake Titicaca, Lemuria is also connected to this earth chakra. It is believed that a giant golden disc is in existence beneath the lake. Something was definitely there, I'll tell you that. This disc holds information and a vibrational quality where, whenever it was struck by a high priest, this sun disk would set certain conditions that could bring about great earthquakes and even a change in the rotation of the earth itself. Every time I read that, like, it takes my breath away. Already, once I started activating the pyramids, you guys, we've had the nonstop earthquakes that are just not normal. Okay, they're not normal. They're following along with the biblical stuff. Yesterday, when I was in day 3 of this workshop, it was really very relevant that it was very much so biblical what we were doing. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it freaking blows my mind. When the continent of Lemuria broke apart during the destruction of Atlantis, the Andean, and I've already told you I raised Atlantis also, watch my videos, it was nuts, and it took me a long time to believe. I sat on Saturn, raised Atlantis. The Andean mountain range sprang up along the west coast of South America. At that time, there was an ancient city, and this goes into talking about how the Incas were born from the water there, and they went back into the water there. Okay. So there was a sage, I'm not sure what that means, of a person named Aramu Muru, was entrusted with sacred information and scrolls. After the fall of man, he was delegated to build a monastery high in the Andes Mountains where our ancient wisdom and spiritual knowledge could be preserved. Okay, so long story short, this golden disc of information, the sun god, was stored in Lake Titicaca. The Incas placed the golden sun disk inside their temple of the sun, and then it was moved over to Lake Titicaca. Okay, so you can feel free to read this all later. Then they had talk that in 2010 it was activated on 11/11/11. It'll achieve full programming from the new Earth and grid, and each of the 12 disks will be sequentially recorded around the planet. How relevant these dates were, I don't know any more about all that stuff. All I can tell you is how this relates to what I did yesterday and why the hell I'm even bringing this up today. So in doing my workshop, I'm like, why Titicaca? It's just a sacral chakra. What the heck? Something was missing, and now this made sense to what was missing. Okay. as I tuned in the workshop into Lake Titicaca in the center of our ascension portal, our Merkaba portal made out of pyramid energy. This is all what happened. I can only share what I did. It's all recorded. I saw this light, this disc, whatever you want to call it in the lake. I saw it. I did see it. Okay. In that moment, I got really sick. There was coughing, throwing up because I shifted the sun. Okay. This time it was the sun. I went to the sun and we moved the alignment of the sun to the earth, and it like pushed the earth and it pushed the sun, and it was not easy to do. It felt like my insides clicked. Like I don't know how else to describe this. I was coughing, I was throwing up. I was crying. It was quite the shift, and it didn't feel very good. And I think I even said that in my workshop. And what happened was the sunlight lined up with this disc, and that's how I saw it in my meditation in the workshop. Once that happened, it was like, it felt to me like the sun god was replaced where it should have been. And I had built this pyramid over the 3 days, and we placed the pyramid there instead. And that's what happened. I don't know what all it means. I saw the gods like split the mountain in half, literally. Then they put it back together. I don't know what all is going to come out of it. I can only tell you what we did. And then upon reading this, I was like, holy shnikes, Batman. It didn't make sense until after it was all complete again. Okay, so what all is going to come out of it again? I don't know what all it means. I don't know. Is it any coincidence that it said right here that again, what about the earthquakes? And then it says here again, would set in certain conditions that could bring about great earthquakes and even a change in the rotation of the earth itself. Now that stuck out too, because during the workshop, there was a moment in time where the earth met our platform again. Our ascension portal had lined back up with the earth, and they were showing me the portal closing. After that time, they showed me during that time the earth had stopped moving completely. So if you put all that together, what do you get? A big old bag of Rice Krispie treats. No, I don't know. It's just crazy, and I'm still trying to process it. And then there's more like about this. This is like a multi-dimensional doorway near Lake Titicaca. Lake Titicaca is near Machu Picchu. Like all of this makes so much sense, you guys. And I had no freaking clue what the heck again I was doing or what it meant until it was all done. Okay, so I'm sharing that with everybody because that's what's coming through to talk about something with the sun. Okay, so look towards the sun, pay attention to the sun. All right. Keep your senses open. This is part of the channel message that I brought through during those workshops. Keep your senses open, be open and ready to receive. All right, because I sent that all across the globe, no joke. Dance in every moment, flow left, flow right, and breathe. Okay. I don't know what the hell's happening. I don't know what this means. All I can tell you is the last time I did stuff, major stuff happened. Okay, I'm holding space, and maybe it won't. I know Japan had a 6.0 within the last 24 hours or so, and we've been doing these workshops for the last 4 days. I don't know. You know, I'm holding space, so it'll be all good. But all I can tell you is it was all about the sun. It did not feel good when I aligned it. It hurt a little bit, you know, but it was very purposeful. It was like everything got aligned to where it should have been. I feel like at one point things were aligned improperly or misaligned on purpose. I don't know. It also came through that Egyptian writing is also very much so alien related, not just Egyptian writing, but other scriptures that they're finding have an alien base. Okay, and so that's why some of them were not quite fully understanding. What else came through that they want me to talk about? I think that's about it. Do you guys have any questions? I did go to my workshop. Before I move on, I am going to show you this next video about what came through. You guys, it's raining so hard here. Oh, I wish I could do a live from my phone. I need more subscribers. So I could do a live from my phone, so I could take you on so many awesome adventures live. That'd be so much fun for me. Okay, well, I'm not seeing any. Oh, Roger. Why is it that you pop in my head like on a daily, Roger? What's going on? What's going on? Got something you want to say? Just kidding. Okay. So the next thing was this one. What happens to the physical body during 3D and 5D? I don't know if I'm going to play the whole video now. It talks about, let's see how it sounds.
What happens to the physical body during 3D to 5D ascension? As third density beings, you are 100% physical. In fourth density, you will become 75% physical. The remaining 25% of your being will be made of pure spirit essence. In other words, you will have 25% the capacity to operate as a spirit being. In fourth density, that means 25% the abilities and freedom of a spirit will be yours.
Okay, so what this is talking about is as we're ascending, we're becoming less physical and more spiritual body. So there's gonna, when we get to 50, it's where it's half and half. So think about that. Half physical, half spiritual, fully half and half activated.
And as you enter fifth density, you will become even less physical. In fifth density, physicality constitutes only 50% of reality. This is why fifth density is the most popular and most populated density of all. The majority of souls throughout the universe enjoy the half and half state of fifth density, for it offers challenges without them being too easy or too difficult. You can think of fifth density as the Goldilocks zone of the universe, where conditions are not too hot or too cold. They are just right for most souls anyway. There are some who do prefer the higher densities and some who prefer the lower. You will reach fifth density reality, the biggest fun house or playground of the universe, in time. Your crystalline fourth density body will be much different than the body you have now. Your brain will operate much quicker. Your muscles will be able to lift heavier weights. You will be able to run faster. Of course, you will also weigh less. You will eat less and sleep less.
How many of you are going through an awakening or have gone through an awakening or all of a sudden find yourself waking up so often in the middle of the night? People always ask me, like, why you wake up at 3 o'clock? And I still do it. I'm very much so connected, and that is when the veil is thin, but we do tend to need less sleep. I'm eating less sometimes, sleeping less. It fluctuates. When my vibration is higher, I don't want to eat as much. And what I do want to eat is purely usually plant-based.
In fourth density, most beings only require 2 to 3 hours of sleep. Also, your body will no longer produce waste material. Food is converted into 100% energy at the further level.
Wait, what? When I saw that, I was like, wait, what? Say that again. This is music to my ears. I remember being a kid and I hated stopping to go to the bathroom. I couldn't understand why our bodies, seeming as magnificent as they were, had to do something so disgusting. And we had to stop having fun to do it. So if we can actually go to, are we really, what? Like, what does that mean? How does that happen? Right? Like, that was going through my head. How on earth do we transition from the beings that we are to absolutely having to not go to the bathroom anymore? Wow. To not clean the toilet? Like, let me say that again. Wow. Yes, Donita says she's like up frequently, less food too. Yep. Makes sense, doesn't it? If we are eating only natural foods, if they're not giving us all this fake stuff, if we've eliminated all the crap, nothing's waste. That's the only reason we go to the bathroom, is that it's waste. So that is so cool. If we don't have to go potty anymore. I don't work with kids. Can you tell? Yeah, I can cuss. And then I have the other side where I work with kids. Like, go potty. I'm so excited for that. Can we like do that now? I'm like, who does that happen in our lifetimes? How weird would we tell our grandkids that, hey, you know what? I used to go potty. How cool, we wouldn't have to change diapers anymore. Man, I think I was born in the wrong time. Okay.
So you will no longer excrete bodily waste of any kind. The most exciting difference between your 3D and 4D bodies to us is your nervous system. Currently, your body carries more receptors for pain than for pleasure.
So if we have more receptors right now for pain, wow, she messed up and then I messed up a different one. For pain than for pleasure, man, I'm so ready to feel more pleasure. I don't know about you. Let's
You
do it.
make countless horror movies that capitalize on the severity of pain your bodies can induce. And fourthly, this will no longer be the case. You will become less sensitive to pain while becoming more sensitive to pleasure and beauty, both physically and emotionally. We blow this tremendously. Time becomes non-existent at the multidimensional level because, going back to the magnifying glass analogy, you can see that everything exists all at once. And
Okay, so she just talked about time, didn't she? She said time becomes non-existent. What did I do recently in one of my previous meditations was I eliminated the false concept of time, right? Now, first, when that came through, it comes through without me realizing. I told you guys that it just flows through me. And then I look back and I'm going, what the hell did I just do? Like the moon one, I had no idea that was going to be that way. I thought I was just doing one to cleanse the connection, to cleanse the energy, the pull. I had no idea. All I know is it was coming through for me to do it, and then crack, it's real, right? It's like crazy. So I eliminated the false concept of time. There are no coincidences. And then they're talking about the fact that when we come forward and we move forward, time is going to be non-existent. I don't like, that's weird, right? That is a hard concept to understand. It truly is. No joke, you guys, when I was doing these workshops yesterday, I'm doing the work and I'm still here going physically and mentally going, is this real? Like, this is very much so biblical. This doesn't make sense. And then I find something that goes, bam, bam, it's real, it makes sense. And I'm like, holy shnikes, you know, so. I'll post a link to this video. You can finish watching it later if you wish to do so. The higher you climb the dimensional ladder, the more you become the light body, right? And for those of you who have worked with me, know that at times we turn things into light bodies. It just means that we won't have to go poop anymore. That's funny. I'm sorry. It's funny. It's funny, right? I'm old, but I can still be like a silly little kiddo sometimes. So yeah, all of that was coming through today to talk about. So be mindful of the sun. They did tell me in the workshop that if the sun looks scary, if something looks off with the sun, that it's going to be okay. So keep that in mind. I don't know what all I did yesterday. All I know, it was powerful and it felt weird. It felt like this huge, like this click shift. It was really uncomfortable to do, and it caused me a lot of energetic throwing up and energetic shifting. Okay, so whatever that means, be mindful of all of that. You can look up those things. I will post the links to both of those things that I just shown, so you can read a little bit more about that if you so choose to. Sorry, my camera's not exactly unfuzzy like it should be. Think about when we were kids. We never went outside to go to the bathroom. Oh, we never went inside. I know, right? Like, man, it's gonna be so weird. I'm a little bit like, man, that's okay. Help cause the shift. I suppose that's good enough, right? And then Gigi says she's eating less and needs to do Tai Chi every day. So that's funny, Gigi, because I have the nudge to do Tai Chi as well. So with my gift, there's something about moving energy, okay? And so when I move my body, I become more and more powerful, you guys. And I'm not gonna lie, when I got a massage table, I'm wishing I didn't, because you know, the money shift thing, it's gonna get better. I even got a raise at work already. I'm like, what the heck? They had a thing happen and gave me a raise in the midst of it, right? And Spirit was like, just deal. And so I did. And then I got a $2 more raise in the end. I'm like, oh God, okay. So it's gonna get way better, right? These were all unexpected things. Blessings do occur. But you know, it's like I've got to push further. I've got to try harder to expand this gift into a physical one. There's something about my hands and physical movement, and you know, yeah, just being able to use my hands as well, and to get people on that table in a physical aspect rather than just online. So I know there's that shift coming forward, and I'm not gonna lie, yesterday when I was doing day 3 of my final workshop, I noticed that they were showing me a little bit of, you know, the fact that I still have a modality to bring forward as well. So that's coming too. Like I can feel it. I can feel energy rising, things still shifting. Okay, patience is hard, but remember, it's all worth it to go slowly rather than super quick. Okay, if everything had come out like the way we thought it was going to be, and they were going to arrest you know who right at the spot, and all this was going to happen, a civil war could have ensued, and we could have struggled way more than necessary. So in pieces, you're starting to see little pieces come up. You're starting to see things shift. If you're looking, they're there. They're all over the place. You can't deny them. And so by the time everything is a full thing, there's only be probably what, like a quarter of the population that's not with it. Okay, it's a little bit easier to deal with. So let's just be mindful that the flow is purposeful in and of itself. Does anybody have anything dire they need answered, dealt with, have any questions? Roger, I know you're trying to get the heck out of Dodge. I pray for you every day. You are in my heart every day. There's something about you, especially, it's always been that way. I can't say it's not. It's always been that way from day one. You followed me for I don't know how long now. Jesus says, maybe teach us to be healers. Well, gosh, Gigi, that's a lot. How do you want me to teach you that right now? Yeah, I don't know if I can teach you that right now. Maybe I could do a course on it though. I might be able to do like a part series course on it, where I don't just teach you how to be a healer. I take you on the journey, teach you, and awaken your soul to do so. Maybe. I don't know. I'll think about that one, but I can't teach you that in just a few words. Teaching you to be a healer too, it's partly, you know, just taking steps along the way, listening to your soul as well. But good one, Gigi. That's a good try there. But that would take me a while. That's layers. Like I teach you a step and you'd be like, okay, how do we do this? And then we'll come upon something else we got to release. And that's really truly how it goes. Becoming a healer is learning to heal yourself. The only way you have a true healer is somebody who's really truly healed themselves in those manners as well. You have to know how to heal it to heal it. You know what I mean? So everything that you've been doing for you is part of your gift. It's part of your ability. So tune into that as well. Okay. Roger, where are you at? Do you have a plan? What's going on? What's going down? Is there any hope? Like, I don't know. Part of me is like, well, maybe Maybe California won't go anywhere. It's really hard to say that because when I do say that, I'm given a flashback of everything we've done this last year. Oh gosh, Roger. I know, right? We're all together. It's like a big family, isn't it? It's great. I'd be lost without you guys, to be honest with you. I really truly would be. I'm like missing you guys the more I'm at my other job now. And I have to keep reminding myself that I'm a healer and this is part of my purpose and I'm helping him. Since I've started working with this particular kiddo, he's already making so many strides and leaps and bounds, and his communication is thriving and growing, and it's just beautiful. I love it. So I can't. Yeah, it is, Roger. I know. I know it is. You can always come to Colorado. I don't know. There's not much here, but I'd be a friend. I don't know. Good luck. I keep thinking of that. I keep thinking, where can you go? I'm putting a bubble around you, and that's about all I can do. Um, and then I keep thinking, well, look, the calm down, the energy calmed down, the earthquakes calmed down. And then I put my cords in during that one healing, and I'm like, oh no, she's inflamed. And then I'm like, she's going to explode. And then guess what happened? We had that 6.0 in Japan. And then with the three workshops that I just did, the earth literally moved, separated, shifted, stopped moving completely. Like that stop rotation is significant to me. There's something standing out to me with that, about the fact that when the portal closed and the ascension portal completely closed out, the earth stopped moving for a moment in time. And I'm like, what the heck does that mean? I don't know if it means anything on the physical or if it's just spiritual speaking. But if I go off that, every time we've done these, something in the physical happens. So, just keep your eyes open. The big thing was also the sun, how we moved it. And then that thing that I showed you talked about the sun and this Lemuria connection and Lake Titicaca. There are no coincidences, right? Put it all together and you might be as mind blown as I am, even though I'm doing the work. I'm like, what the hell? Is this real again? What's going on? This is nuts. This is crazy. It's crazy. So I don't know what that means. The sun, I moved the sun and aligned it with Lake Titicaca, and the rays came in kind of like you would see in like a Indiana Jones movie. And then it was like we removed that disc or whatever that was, aligned it with the sun. So it's almost like what I got out of it, what I felt was like returning the sun god home, returning the information home. And then this pyramid I had built, you guys, I saw myself building a pyramid during these three workshops. And in the end, I placed it at Lake Titicaca. And that's what we did. And so what it means on the physical, I don't know. But then that paper's talking about earthquakes and what's been happening. I don't know. Put it all together. And we'll see what we get. Could be nothing. It could be something, right? All I can do is tell you what's going on. Oh, Gigi, I feel like I need. Okay, so here's the thing, Gigi. So I see what you're doing. I can feel it. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a little bit of insight, okay? What you're doing, Gigi. Okay, how do I explain this? So when I had my awakening, I'm kind of glad I had it. It was like I had it blindly, right? I had it completely blindly, and I had these gifts coming out in the public eye. I had no idea what was happening to me. So that was the key part. I had no idea what was happening to me. They were just flowing and they were different. Okay, so that's part of the message. No idea was happening to me, so I had no control. Where you've had ideas of what's happening to you, so you're looking for that control. Okay, that's number one. Let go of the control. You already are a healer. You don't come to me and work with me if you have nothing. I mean, that's just that's silliness. We all have something. Okay, so I want you to already get it out of your head that you can't. That here, I can't do that. Yes, you can. Okay, so that's number two. Erase the I can't do that. Every time you think I can't do that, take a deep breath in of light and exhale the I can't do that. Okay, and then you go from your heart space. Okay, these are powerful tools that people pay good money for. So please listen. Okay, then I'm going kind of fast. Hopefully you're getting all of that, Gigi. Then after that, I also want you to establish and realize that there is never one way of anything. And so when you look in the old energy, right, you can go to a person specifically to get a specific type of energetic healing, right? And I am one who does them all. I get that. Okay. And we all have things that we do specifically that are our strong suits. I get that. The only way you find them is by trying things, right? Okay. So let go of the control, be willing to try new things, and also realize that each person is different. So one, you're looking for like one, what do I use to heal my whole family? So each person is different. So this family member is going to need you to maybe talk to them, shine light into their heart, and then boom, they cry for a week and they grow and they wake up. Okay. So it's like planting a seed in this individual. And then this individual over here is going to need something slightly different. So it's all just simply about calming your energy and tuning into that individual. Does that make sense? And then being willing, you guys, it's about that surrender. You have to be willing. So when Spirit said, Bree, do this, I didn't question it till after the fact. That's what got me through this whole last year. Jumping in feet first. It was after the fact. I'm like, what the hell did I just do? Except when I started really realizing who I was, and I activated the final pyramids then, and I put the Atlantis crystal in my solar plexus and blew it out rather than doing what I was supposed to do, because once I did that, then we had that major 8.0 earthquake. Okay, it did line up. Look at the videos, look at my recordings, it's all in there. Okay, so there is something to be said for jumping in feet first, just doing it. Gigi, you're in your headspace and you're trying to find that established standpoint of this is what I can do, this is how I do it, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Okay, I paid a lot of money to have somebody tell me very little basics about this stuff. The most I got out of how to do things, how to wake up, how to work with the angels, was by simply doing it every day. Allowing my gut, my solar plexus, my belly, my head, allowing those things that were coming through to guide my direction, jumping in feet first, trying things out, even if it meant I was going to be wrong, and realizing that everybody's an individual. There's no cookie cutter thing. Okay, you're so welcome. That was actually a lot. It was really good guidance. So I really do hope it helped. I love Q&As too, you guys. If this is the way you guys needed my help today, I am good with that. You've got me for about another 10 more minutes and I'm outie 5,000. So whatever y'all want from me, pick at me now. Let's do this. So I do have that angry catfish brig guys thing on my notifications, and I like to see his headlines just to see what's going on, because he is in tune. He does pay attention, no matter how different he may be to some, right? He's very much in tune. So I do pay attention. He's got something that says expect more shake-ins to come. So whatever that means, right? Is that coincidences? I don't think so. Roger, I love you, and I'm sending a bubble around you, and your journey will be safe. And it will be met with ease and grace, and you will find exactly what you need to do so. So if it's money you seek, money will land right on your lap in order to take you right where you need to go. But they are telling you to follow your heart. Okay, Roger, follow your heart, not your head. Follow your heart, even if it's not exactly what your head deems as logical. Okay? You got a message whether you were asking or not, apparently. Want one. Does nobody want one? Okay. Boy, I messed up these cards. Doom to the doom. Okay, next. All right, you guys, 8 more minutes. You're so welcome, Roger. Told you, like, my heart just expanded and I just love everybody, so I don't take anything too personal. And I'm a Leo, so I've realized I think we flirt naturally. So just, we'll roll with it. But you are a piece of me. You're so welcome. Yes, you guys, be more open to love expansion, because it is coming your way. When I did in the workshop was not just an individual, it was very much so a collective. I activated DNA within the earth. I changed the sun. I have no idea what the hell all of it means. I just know it's very powerful. It was all about the gods, Zeus, Poseidon, all of them. Prometheus was there. It was insane. And remember that message before, I think it was Prometheus coming through for the first time on my one video, where he talked about being the god of humankind and fire in that one. And now again, fire coming up again with Lake Titicaca. And the stuff is just no coincidence, you guys. That's what I do need. I need somebody who would write a book for me. I'm like, how do I do all of this? I don't know how to juggle all of this stuff. You guys, I literally have 3 jobs. I'm a mom. I'm a behavioral therapist. I'm licensed with the state. So, that's not an easy, simple task. It's not like I just go to work and do this. I'm also at home thinking about work. I have to analyze constantly, continually change my it's just a thing, and then I do, and then my main thing now is this is my home, is you guys are my family. This is what I do. I'm a healer through this is my permanency, right? This is what I'll be doing till the day I die. The behavioral stuff is only for moments in time. It's not something I can do forever. So I need somebody who can write the book of what I've done. That's what I've been thinking. There's people like that still, right? Like there's people you can hire to write your book for you as you dictate it, right? Because I think that's what I need. Like I gotta go about that. That's what I'm thinking. They're like telling me to start writing my book because this is a lot and I don't want to start forgetting it. Like all of the places I went for the pyramids and the fact that I call it remote viewing, but it wasn't remote viewing. It's like I literally am traveling in the daytime. I traveled to Trump. I did things before. I gave him paperwork and then things changed and then things were coming out. And there's so many things I need to tell that I have done and experienced and seen, and then being hypnotized and what came through for that. And I just don't know how I have time for all this stuff. I think I need to hire somebody to write it for me. So if you guys have any ideas, if you guys know what that name of that person might be, let me know. What do you do? Just find a journalist. They'll probably want an arm and a leg too. Maybe I know somebody. 555. I don't know. I got to get this out though. This is a lot, and it is part of true history. It really is, you guys. There's so much that we didn't know. There's so much that we're just going to start figuring out, and that's going to start coming to the forefront. And then I know for a fact there's a new Bible going to be written. There's all these new things coming. Cool. I thought there were people like that. What do? Do you find like a freelance writer? Is that what they are? Like a freelance writer? I got to get rich real quick. Because I got to get this out. I got to do it. Oh, dictate it. That might be it. Does Microsoft Word dictate it? So I thought about that. I'm like, what if I could just speak it and then they'll write it and then I could like have an editor. I could edit it at a later date. Good idea, Amy. That I do have Word. I'm going to look into that and see if it has dictator thingy and then just sit here and talk. Is much better because then it's just so much quicker. I'm flipping, typing all the time at work. I'm typing all the time. And that helps. And then I'm also behind on my videos. So I'm like, I need to be more people. And then I pull a card and it says, be strong. And I'm like, screw you. You be strong. Right? Yes. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm going to look into that. If I can do that, that'd be much easier. And then I can just clean it up later. But then because I'm starting to get worried because you guys know that have seen me do this for many a long time. I channel, but I forget what I channel. Roger's followed me for so long, and he came in when that lady from India started following me as well. And I just assumed that he was not from this country. But I never asked him. I never tune in. People look at me like, aren't you psychic? Don't you? A real psychic doesn't tune into stuff unless they need to. Like they don't get stuff unless they need it, right? It's like I don't care about certain things. And so I don't want to forget these things. I've got to get them down. I don't know if I will be able to because they're huge, they're massive. But I literally have had things coming through the last 2 years. And so I'm worried that as time keeps passing, I'm going to start forgetting details. Yeah, so I'm just, I do have the videos too, Amy. You're right. I do have the videos. And then I get worried about that too. I feel like I just need to get it written down in book. Not everybody has access to the videos either because they were workshops, right? So they're not really in public eye either. And so this will be a little bit easier of a way to get them out in another way in public form as well. But that's true. That is true. They are all documented. I've spoke about that from day one as well. Everything I have done is documented. It's all recorded. Not everything because some was in meditation, but then I have talked about them. I've mentioned on several occasions what pyramids. I feel like the most important part is the locations of the pyramids, what we did at Lake Titicaca with the sun, those kinds of things are all very much so relevant and they're going to be a piece of history. I totally am 1,000% sure that. So it's intense, it's insane, and we just roll. We're rolling with it. We're rolling with it. So anywho, I've got 1 hour left till my chitlins come home. I will do another live here again within the next few days on one of my short days at work. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I will get on top of doing my meditations. If you guys need anything, reach out to me. I still do have Messenger, so I'm still very much so there. I thought I'd have way more everybody here today, being that it was a Sunday, but I'm still glad I came on. I feel like you guys are doing great. Roger, just follow your heart, sunshine, and jump feet in, okay? And Roger, I pulled a card as I said that for you, and it was Moon Maiden, New Beginnings. Okay. You're on to new beginnings. Moon Maiden, right? Let go and move on. That's what they're saying. Just do it. Just do it, but follow your heart. If it's like, don't worry. Spirit always provides. Okay. So I'll just open your abundance gates. Oh, Roger, I do have that abundance video on here. Have you done that one yet? Where it's like a mantra that came through for abundance. I'm not kidding you, where that one works completely. What I do is I write it down. It's very short. I write it down in the morning and I also write down what I want with it. Like, thank you for my immediate. And if you want 500, write down 50,000. Okay, don't limit yourself. You may not get the 50,000, but at least you'll get more than 500. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, do that one. Ooh, Roger, what you been doing? It really does work. When I did that one, I'm not kidding you. I had 3 job offers that day. So please do that one. It is very blessing. It really is powerful, you guys. It was very much so channeled from the highest divine light, the highest you could possibly come from. So please use it. It is on there. It's on my videos, Roger. What do you want me to do? You want to just find it? I want to make sure you do it. It's super simple. Listen to the video, but write down the mantra and then just write it down morning and night for a few days. I think I did it for 5 days, morning and night, and it blew me away at everything that was just rolling my way. So do it. I can put a link under this video if you want me to. Yeah, it's not too long ago. It was mantra channeled for abundance, I think. I don't even remember the title. Super simple. It's just for abundance. It's like a manifesting mantra. Forgive me if I can't remember the title. Okay, so you guys, if for those of you joined in late, watch over this video. There's important stuff that came through, stuff I was supposed to mention that I did in my workshop to watch out for. Pay attention to the sun. It's no coincidence that what I did and in that passage talking about earthquakes and that. So just be well aware of your surroundings. There has been a few other people that I know. I mean, I see a lot. I'm well aware ahead of time. I've already mentioned to you guys this several times, but there's other people that see it too. Okay. That there's changes in tides, that something might spark something that you may not find to be significant in that area, but then it causes destruction in another area. Okay. So that just goes with don't get complacent. Be very mindful. Stay in love and light. Shit's real, right? Like, I can't deny it. and just be mindful of the sun. What did come through is if you see anything crazy happening to the sun, know that it's going to be okay. Okay. If the sun looks like it's going to explode, it's not going to explode. That's what they said on my workshop. So I'm bringing that forth for the collective. I don't know what that means. And maybe it was just energetic. I kept telling myself that this whole last year, and then you see it in the physical form. So we'll go from there. Whatever happens, happens. Sweet. Okay, look for that video. So much love to all of you. Happy rest of your Sunday. Fun day. Fun day Sunday, right? I'm going to go clean, get more creative. Keep your eyes out on my website. I'm going to be changing some things, adding some more things. I've got these beautiful candle jars. I'll be making my candles. I've got soaps that I'm going to be making. And then I'm focusing more on individuals, sacral chakra ones, healing ones. These healing ones are pretty powerful, you guys. And they're just coming through more powerful as I'm making them. And this one is my absolute favorite. I don't know if I can give it up. I've got more that are coming just like it. If I don't give this one up, I don't know. There's just something about that one. Something about all of them. I have a hard time with this. This is not about what it's about, right? Stop it, Brie. Can't keep everything I make. That's what sucked when I was in the music business. Oh shit, I bought everything. More than half my paycheck went to that store. Yes, so much love to all of you. Have a great rest of your weekend. I will be back on in a few days. You're so welcome. Nobody had any questions. Nobody wanted any cards. I gave you guys an opportunity. So if anything comes up in the meantime, just hold them in your space. I will be also announcing the next Patreon healing event soon. It'll be towards the end of May, more than likely. So keep your eyes and ears also peeled for that. And yeah, so much love to all of you. I will post the link of the fear one under this video for the individual who was looking for some help getting rid of the fear body. That one is a very good one to use in the meantime. Okay. So much love. Love you all. Hasta la vista, baby. Bye.